What is up, YouTube? It's your boy Ozzy, and I'm back with another video today. And today we're gonna be doing something a little different. I'm gonna be recapping the Blue Eyes deck that got top 16 in the ARG that recently happened. And this was the only Blue Eyes in top 16, because I feel like, well, for one, the ban list that came out and Monarchs kind of kill this deck. But I feel like that this deck right here will be a basis of what everybody else will go on, because I've played this deck for a little bit and I've seen a bunch of people play it, and like this deck profile is like as cookie cutter as it gets. Like, I mean, yeah, you can run like the Hieratics or the Failed Grand stuff, but if you run them like pure Blue Eyes, this is pretty much what your list is gonna look like. I mean, there's not really a lot of like variation you can do with it, because there's just a lot of cards that you have to run. And like I said, this was the only one that topped in the top 16. But I mean, it's a new deck, and people are still figuring out, and it's not necessarily an easy deck to play. I've been playing with it. It's kind of difficult. So I'd say after the ban list, we'll wait and see what happens, and then you'll see this list a lot. Like, it'll be everywhere. So furthermore, let's jump into it. First off, he ran 3 vanilla. It's obvious. And then he runs 3 alternative. You have to run 3 of each, because you have to see that. And then the only other target for trade in, he runs 2 Dragon Spirit of White. Dragon Spirit of White is really good. It's good against the Pendulum matchup. This deck just destroys Pendulums. A Synchro, that one Synchro actually destroys it. And this card pops Scales. I mean, there's a lot of cards in here that just hurts Pendulums. And next, he runs 3 of the Stone of Ancients. I love this card. If you open up this card and Cards of Constants, you should win every duel, honestly. Like, I mean, it's insane. Its effect says, once a turn during the end phase, if this card is in a graveyard because it was sent there this turn, you can special Blue Eyes from your deck. I mean, so you get the plus of Cards of Constants, and then you get to summon a Dragon Spirit of White in the end phase, or any of the Blue Eyes. And if you summon a Dragon Spirit of White, you get his effect to banish a spell or trap. I mean, and then it also has effect, you can banish it from the grave and target a Blue Eyes in your grave and add it to your hand. So that's actually really good. If you have a dead alternative, then you can add a vanilla back. So that's actually a really good card. Next, he runs 1 of just the Stone of Legend. I mean, it's good, but I think it's correct at 1. And then he runs 3 a Sage. Sage is insane. It searches effect value. And if you have a Cards of Consonants, and it immediately makes it live by searching these tuners. And its other effect's pretty good. It says, you can discard this card and target 1 effect monster you control, send it to the graveyard, and if you do, special summon 1 Blue Eyes from your deck. You can only use this effect of Sage of Blue Eyes once per turn. So, like, if you have a brick hand, and then kind of unbrick it somewhat, like you can summon a stone, and you can use this effect, target it, send it to grave, summon a Blue Eyes from your deck, and then you can end phase use the effect of the stone to special summon 1. So obviously the searching effect is better, but that's a really good effect too. And 2 Effect Veiler. Effect Veiler is really good in this format right now, I think. He opted not to run Maxi in the main, and I've been testing with this build right here. I feel like Maxi would kind of clog a little bit. I like the traps a little better. But anyway, the next card, Gospel Revival, or Return of the Dragon Lords. I hate the name change. I think it's a terrible name change. But anyway, this card 100% it's ridiculous. I mean, target 1 level 7 or 8 dragon type monster in your graveyard, special summon it. And if a dragon you control would be destroyed by battle or card effect, you can banish it. Neither one of those are once per turn. So if you open up 3 of these, you can use all 3 of them. I don't understand what Konami was thinking when they was making this card. And with trade in, if you open up trade in a Blue Eyes in this card, what do you do? That's absolutely plussing for days. And the thing is, like, all your big extract monsters, like, this card protects. It's not just a Blue Eyes, it's just all dragons. I mean, oh man, that's a good card. it's gonna be really annoying to play around and stuff in the future. But I feel like we're gonna be having to deal with that a long time. Next he runs one Regeki. I don't really know how I feel about that. I feel like Regeki is not the best card in the format, but I guess he can like it can allow you to come back because like if you can rip that and you have like an alternative and Blue Eyes, then you can just attack for a game, I guess. And then he runs 3 trade in. This card, really good in the deck. It's a Destiny draw or whatever, but I feel like you have to run it, but it does cause the bricks. It's just like same way with Pantheism. I mean, but obviously Pantheism is easier to make active than this. Well, actually, I don't know, to be honest with you, because with all these like searchers and everything, I guess it's about even, but still, trading like you have to run it, but it can cause you to brick. Well, I wouldn't say it causes you to brick, but when you do brick, you brick much harder. Yeah, it's because like if you open this and a bunch of like tuners, then you're just screwed. And then Cards of Consonants, also same thing. He only ran 2 of it because he only has 4 targets in the deck to use it with. And with trade-in, he has 8. So, I guess it's correct ratio. That's why I was running that. And 2 Dragon Shrine. I love this card. Oh my god, this card's amazing. You send Dragon Spirit of White, and it's considered a normal monster. So then you can send anything else. And then that makes your Gospel Revivals live. And it just... I mean, it's a really, really good card. I like it too. I think 3 would be too much. I don't think 1's enough. I think 2's correct. And then the Melody of Awakening Dragon. This card also is amazing. Not a once return. You discard a card, add it up to 2 dragons with 3,000 more attack and 2,500 less defense in your deck hand. So that searches Blue Eyes and alternative. And this is a 1 card where you have to have another card, and it's instant. You get an alternative on board. I mean, that card's insane. It's absolutely insane. And I feel like some of these cards need to be once per turn. Gospel Revival 100% needs to be once per turn, and I feel like this card does too. Like, I mean, I know you have to pay cost, but still, I mean, you're adding an alternative and a Blue Eyes. I mean, I feel like that cost, and half the time the cost you're paying is just dumping a stone in the grave, and then you plus off of it. So like this deck reminds me of Necros a whole lot. Like the thing is, Necros they search more. Like this deck like draws and searches. Like it just cycles through resources like so fast. And like the thing is, once it goes to the resources, it can just keep using them over and over. Like I feel like this is, I don't know why it reminds me of Necros. Probably because all the blue cards, because like everything in this deck is blue. But like it's seriously just like it digs through the deck a whole lot. I guess that's why. And next, 1 Soul Charge. If you draw this card, you should win. Like this card's at 1 for a reason, because like decks like this, like these big monsters, like Sylvans, they abuse this card, and now Blue Eyes, they're gonna abuse this card. If they draw this card and they don't win, then I guess they just drew 3 Blue Eyes and a Dragon Spirit of White and a Soul Charge. That's the only thing I can think of. Next, he runs the 1 Upstart for consistency. Still don't know why this card's at 1, but okay. 2 Twin Twister. Twin Twister's really good in this deck, because like you kind of don't want to have to deal with back row, because like I guess your main focus is just like swinging for as much damage as possible, and whenever you get to dump your stones off Twin Twister, and that's really good. And then it just clears the board for your big guys to attack and everything. And next he runs 2 Silver Scry. I love Silver Scry. It's like a tutored. I don't know. I don't want to say it's worse than Gospel Revival and the special summoning effect, but like you can't. I don't know. I guess they're about even because it is quick play, but this one is any dragon. So, and this has to be a vanilla too. So, and you can. Yes, you can summon Dragon Spirit of White off this because it is considered a normal in the grave. So that's, I mean, and then you can use his effect too. So that's really good. That's a good play, I guess. And for the 3 traps, he runs Vanities, Chaos Trap Hole, and Solemn. I guess you can, like, you never pay life points, honestly, except Soul Charge in this deck. So I guess you can afford to the Chaos Trap Hole and the Solemn. Yeah, there's no cards in here that allow you to pay life points, which is kind of insane. And next, for the extra deck, he runs one of the Twin Burst Dragon. I've never seen a single person go on this card. Since I've played it, I've never went into. I guess they just run it just for that one situation. Two Azorais. Azorais is real good, really good. And two Spirit. Now, Spirit is amazing. The thing is, like, most people just think you tag out and go into Azorais and just sit there. But, like, you can, in the mirror match, like, the play that honestly wins it is when they're getting ready to go into Dark Matter, and they're in the last one where they rank up. I'm not sure what it's called. I think it's Full Armor Photon, and then you tag out for Moonlight Rose, and then you spin it back, and then they'll have the Dark Matter in, but they won't have anything to summon it. So like that's the play that wins the mirror match. And this mirror match is absolutely AIDS, and it's, oh my god, I hate it. It's the most grindy thing ever. Like, it's better than the Monarch mirror match, but still, I do not like it. One Crystal Wing, I feel like this is the best synchro in the format. It's just, like, the way you summon it is, I didn't even know this was a play. My friend told me about it, but you tag out with Spirit, you go into Michael, because honestly, I never did think you can go into any of these synchros. I just thought you tagged out to Azorais. I never really read the card. But you tag out to Michael or Moonlight Rose or whatever, and then you summon your Veiler, Sage, or any of your tuners. And then next he runs the Starter Spark, Michael, and Moonlight Rose. I feel like these are the only three you need. And then for the extra deck, for the XYZs, I'm sorry, he runs the Dark Matter, the Full Armor Photon, and the Prime Photon. That's the rank up package thing. Pretty much the only thing you ever use is the Dark Matter's effect. Because it's 4,000 attack and it attacks monsters twice. I mean, that's real good. I don't think you can pass up on running that. And then one Titanic Galaxy. Titanic Galaxy is this card is like, it's ran in every deck. Like, they run this in Draco Pals. Like, that, it shows how good it is, because they can use like Dinosaur and Ignister and stuff. That shows how good this card is. They're wasting all those resources to make it. Like, the thing is, where you don't have to detach to negate a spell is the part that makes me sick. But like, and the thing, if you have this and a Dark Matter on board, like I was playing against somebody that had that, and I think I destroyed the Dark Matter somehow. And then this thing gained 4,000 attack. I was like, what am I supposed to do? But yeah, you have to run that. And then he runs Felgrand. Felgrand's good, and he runs Lancelot. Lancelot is, if you're not aware of what it does, it says this card can attack your opponent directly while it has XYZ material. And when this card inflicts battle damage to your opponent, you can target one face-up monster your opponent controls destroyed. Once per turn during either person's turn, when a spell or trap card or another monster effect is activated, detach one material from this card and negate the activation. So it's kind of like a Light and Darkness Dragon, kind of, but it's obviously not as good. But yeah, it's pretty much the deck profile. It's pretty cookie cutter. It's pretty straightforward. Gets to the point. Pretty much the only goal of this deck is to make these synchros or make the XYZs. I mean, it's either you go into Spear Dragon or you go into Dark Matter, or you just go into Titanic Galaxy and just stall out, I guess. And you have these Veilers to back you up. I mean, this deck's really good. I think we'll be seeing it for a long time, because it came out at the perfect time for it to. Like, they're gonna have to let it play through a format before they destroy it. And I really don't think they're gonna they'll probably hit Gospel Revival or Return of the Dragon Lords. I'm sorry, and maybe the Melody or something like that. But other than that, I feel like this deck is gonna be here for a while, and you're gonna have to get used to seeing this list, because I don't really see a lot of changes being made to it. Maybe add some Ghost Ogres, because Ghost Ogre's gonna be really good in the upcoming format, and maybe Max Seed. That's about it. And yeah, that's about it for the video. And don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you later.